Well, the first thing that the Democratic Party would want to do, as they have control at that point of the executive and the legislative branch, is they're going to pass the Equal Rights Amendment, the ERA. Maybe you've heard about this, right? The Equal Rights Amendment has been a longtime dream of radical feminists and pro-abortion hacks since, I believe, the 60s. And it would amend the 1964 Civil Rights Act to also protect sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes. And it defines sex to include, quote, pregnancy, childbirth, or a related medical condition. So what would that mean? Well, that would mean if you tell someone, I'm not going to kill your baby because it runs against my moral beliefs or my religious beliefs, you could be sued for discrimination because sex is now going to be redefined to include pregnancy as well. Unbelievable, right? And of course, this would absolutely destroy religious freedom in the country as well, because it would tell churches that if, for example, they move to fire a pastor who changes their gender identity or their sex lifestyle to begin cheating on their wife, sleeping around, having sex with men, that if a church moves to fire him because that runs against their statement of faith, their religious beliefs, and the ethical standards that pastors have to sign and abide by, that those churches could be stripped of their 501c3 status and sued for discrimination and maybe thrown in jail, because those are civil rights now. We've redefined civil rights to include sexual orientation and gender identity. So this Equal Rights Amendment would completely train wreck religious liberty, but it's also a Trojan horse for abortion rights. Okay, the allies of the legislation know that this would give them nearly everything they want on abortion. Okay, according to the National Organization for Women, right here on their website, here's what they say. An ERA, an Equal Rights Amendment, properly interpreted, could negate the hundreds of laws that have been passed restricting access to abortion care and contraception. Okay, the National Organization for Women, NOW, is one of the most radically pro-abortion rights groups in the country. So the allies of the legislation are like, I'm pumped on ERA. I know that this would give us everything we want. Of course, Nancy Pelosi has come out and said, no, the ERA amendment doesn't have anything to do with abortion. Well, then why are the allies of the legislation so flipping excited about it? NARAL Pro-Choice America, in a statement that's now been taken off their website, but which you can find quoted many other places online, say here, with its ratification, the ERA would reinforce the constitutional right to abortion by clarifying that the sexes have equal rights. Of course, that would mean the right to abortion, which would require judges to strike down anti-abortion laws because they violate both the constitutional right to privacy and sexual equality. If this doesn't tell you how obsessed the left is with sex, I don't know what else to tell you, right? Sexual equality now means the right to murder the products of sex. So they're very excited about it because they know that this would essentially give them all that they need to permanently shut down the legislative efforts of the pro-life movement. And this is what is waiting for us in a worst case scenario if Joe Biden wins the White House and we lose those GOP Senate seats in Georgia.